On this episode of Lapeef, Let's Talk.
In the very beginning, right? As far as can women pray for men, and then when I broke it down and I said that women are out of order in the way in which they're aligning themselves with men in the first place, is one of the reasons why they're getting the results that they're getting. So what I'm saying is that the issue that you may be having is that you are what you attract, right? But then at the same time, when you start to pay attention to why you're attracting it, it may be because you're out of order and how it is that you're getting these men in the first place.
No, see, people like to use that secret thing, right? You are what you attract, but you also attract what needs you. So let's not try to make it seem like you're only what you attract. You're also
You
going to
exactly are
attract.
what you attract.
You are what you attract, but you also attract what needs you. You attract what you need, just like people attract what needs you. Like you, we're not. We can't
Just
make it
because you flip the words back and forth don't mean that is more valid. Like that doesn't that's not true.
Man,
T
first,
T T T. Go on.
that shit don't say no T. That shit said lady something.
Okay, Lady Mogulette, if that's the name you want to get, I gave you my name, but if you want to keep it impersonal, no problem. I was giving you, it's fine.
First Timothy chapter 2.
She just wants you to address her properly.
Oh my God.
How hard is that?
Don't get debunked. Go on, I'm listening. Go on, I'm listening. You asked us to be quiet. Go ahead, sir.
I like that. But listen to this though. What I'm saying is y'all made me forget my point. Fuck it. I'm gone. I'm going to bed.
All right. So back to what I was saying. She literally made me feel like I was under attack. I'm not gonna hold you. I can own it because literally it's like you're naturally a certain type of way, and some men don't necessarily. And yes, I've been engaged more times than I'd like to admit. But just because you're engaged, it's almost like it's still a failure because I end up I leave the situations. Don't get me wrong. Like it's never been like them, right? But to Logic's point, I have picked the wrong person to value in that way and afford certain experiences too. So I can admit to that too. So like to what she's saying, like honestly, like guys ask for women to do certain things, but then they get a woman to do those things and they don't appreciate them until they're well out the door. And then the women that are well out the door turn into women that are saying things that she's saying, like, what's the point of doing all of that if a dude is really going to just turn around and take for granted the things that you're providing to him? And then me, I don't necessarily, so a part of me agrees with it, but then the other part of it is like, if that's who I am, I'm okay with being that way. Because I'm not, if I'm, like I said, if I choose you to be with you, then I'm okay doing what I feel like doing in a relationship with my man.
Guys, listen up. As you get older, the best way to continue to look young, exuberant, and vibrant is to continue to take care of your skin. That's why I'm excited to have Teej Hanley as a sponsor of today's video. You heard me talk about them before, and you're going to continue to hear me talk about them because I believe in their products and the positive impact that they have on every man's life. Teej Hanley makes taking care of your skin so easy. They provide you with all the products you need and nothing that you don't. Every box comes with an instruction card that tells you when to use each product, how much to use, and in what order. Lapeef family, I must admit, skincare wasn't always something I always focused on, but since I started using this system, I've seen improvements in the way my skin looks and feels. And you don't have to take my word for it. They have over 5,000 five-star reviews on their website from satisfied customers from around the world. I recommend you start with the level 1 system, which comes with all the basics: a daily face wash, an exfoliating scrub, an AM moisturizer, and a PM moisturizer. In addition to amazing skin, members of Teej Hanley get tons of benefits, including at least 20% off retail price, the ability to customize your box, pause or cancel at any time, and free US shipping. And because Teej Hanley is sponsoring today's video, they're offering my viewers a great deal. Just click that first link in the description and you'll get 30% off the first box plus the free gift. Seriously, that's an amazing deal. Even though it's too early, as I often say, it's never too late. Click that link and get started today.
To make his life easier. If you don't appreciate it and you take it for granted and I decide to leave, I know in my heart of hearts that I gave it my best, so I really don't care how how it plays out after that. But on the other side of it, it's like, damn, like what a waste of freaking time. You get what I'm saying?
You know,
Like
the way you speak, ma'am.
I'm sorry, what was that?
No, I said the way that you speak when you talk about relationships and things like that, you sound as though like you are God's gift to men and that you have never done anything wrong. Like the way that you frame the narrative when you're having conversations, it's almost like, and if I do this, it's like at least I gave it my all. And I'm trying to figure out, based off of your sentiment, have you just been awesome the entire time? Because even when I asked you about your relationship, specifically about the one that you broke off the engagement, you framed it and you said, yeah, I take responsibility for enabling him to be the way that he was. Is there any self-accountability that come along with that?
That was my accountability, because if I was to tell you that it was a traumatic situation and I feel like certain things I'm just not willing to expose. I'm just not willing to talk about, because I'm not here to make anyone look bad. You know what I mean? So I gotta take accountability for my shit. But
I don't hear you saying that you did anything wrong. Everything that you say is always based off of the fact that you're awesome and guys are not basically fitting the bill.
I didn't say I was awesome. How did I say I was awesome?
You didn't
by
say
saying
it
that
literally. You didn't say it literally, but the way that you frame what you say, you make it seem like you're God's gift to men and men just not meeting the expectation and the standard.
I would never say that I'm perfect. ever. Like that's not, I know I'm a work in progress. And the one thing I know is that I don't know everything. But what I will say is I'm not like that situation. Like if I were to speak to you about what actually happened, you would understand why I framed it the way I did. I take accountability for my actions. I cannot I cannot speak to why people do what they do. I can only speak to how I reacted to what took place. Like that's what I can say. Like this is a huge platform. But if I really wanted to go there, like y'all would be very uncomfortable.
You don't have to share anything that you don't want to share. This is your life.
I'm not even talking about a specific situation. I'm talking about the entire narrative for the last 3 shows. When you have conversations, right? Everything is framed as though, you don't make mistakes. You hit on every level. It's all him. It's all us. It's all them. That's the sentiment and that's the vibe that I get based off of the conversations that you're having.
Okay, well, I can't control how you perceive what I'm saying. I've never.
You very much can control how I perceive what you're saying. You very much can.
No, because you have your vantage point. You have your vantage point, and I have
control
my truth.
How I perceive you. That's literally what you have control over.
Your vantage point is your vantage point. Your perspective of me is your perspective of me. I'm not sitting here telling you how to view me. I can't do that. I don't know you, just like you don't know me.
But you can control the narrative that you put out that leads people to look at you a specific way. That's within your control.
All right. So you're telling me that me telling my truth is leading you to say,
because there's no such thing as my truth. It's the truth. It's only a truth.
Well, it's the truth, right? But if we know anything about the truth, is that there are 3 sides, right? His, hers, and the truth.
That's just a narrative that was made up by somebody that was lying. That's not. It's not 3 sides.
I can tell you the truth.
It's only one truth. It's not a bunch of sides. It's not none of that. It's one truth. That's
all right. So the truth was that I was involved with an abusive ass narcissist, and I let the shit last for longer than it needed to be. So once I decided to leave, it just was what it was. I decided to stay longer than I was supposed to have stayed. So my part of that is taking accountability for the fact that I stayed longer than I needed to stay.
Or maybe because you was out of order in choosing a man in the first place.
Possibly, yes, I could say that.
Which is why
I said I enabled certain behaviors in him.
No. Y'all missing what I'm saying. This goes back to the original question that we was talking about in the very beginning, right? As far as can women pray for a man? And then when I broke it down and I said that women are out of order in the way in which they're aligning themselves with men in the first place is one of the reasons why they're getting the results that they're getting. So what I'm saying is that the issue that you may be having is that you are what you attract, right? But then at the same time, when you start to pay attention to why you're attracting it, it may be because you're out of order and how it is that you're getting these men in the first place.
No, see, people like to use that secret thing, right? You are what you attract, but you also attract what needs you. So let's not try to make it seem like you're only what you attract. You're also
You
going
exactly
to
are
attract.
what you attract.
You are what you attract, but you also attract what needs you. You attract what you need, just like people attract what needs you. Like we can't.
Just because you flip the words back and forth don't mean that is more valid. Like that's not true.